Happy raisings, happy Tuesday, whatever day it is. I think it's Wednesday. And grand risings, friends. Oh, to be retired. I don't know what day it is half the time. The only time I need to know what time it is or what day it is if I have an appointment to go somewhere. Anybody else experiencing that? There's lots of people in my community that are. Time is a construct, and I've often wondered or thought about how to maneuver in today's environment without using time, without using a clock. I got rid of my watches like 30 years ago, and I refuse to use one. And the clock in my kitchen on my stove, it actually decided it didn't want to work anymore. It still lights up, and so I just took a piece of sticky paper, like the labels that you put on an envelope, and I wrote 1111 on it, and that's where I put it, just as a gentle reminder of 1111 and what that meant to me. And what it did mean to me is just a nudging by the universe. Excuse me, a nudging by the universe that there is more out there than what meets the eye and perhaps what I've ever really understood or known. And a lot of people are waking up to that, and it's great. It's inspiring and exciting, and it does really mean something. I'm not one to be able to delve into it any deeper than that, perhaps. There is a whole section of research and writings around what the meanings of numbers, and 444, 1111, 1010, and so on and so forth. And just generally speaking, they are numbers that are nudging you to recognize and acknowledge that we are in a time of remembering that we are not alone and that there is a divine hand at work here. And also that we have guides and angels, guardian angels, and so on. Sometimes these energies are the ascended masters that are guiding us through life and helping us to see things with eyes that are opening to what else is happening within our lives and our communities and our province, our countries, and across the world. And there is a saying that goes, as above, so below. And so I truly believe in my own heart that we are not alone in the universe, and that everything that we do on planet Earth affects, that energy goes out to another part of the cosmos and affects, very much like throwing a pebble into a pond, and the ripple effect eventually reaches a shore somewhere and is felt or acknowledged by whatever is at that shore, whether it's a pebble lying there or a blade of grass or another person standing there looking at the water and seeing the ripples come in and then recognizing and acknowledging that there was something, an action that has created this reaction. So it's vital that we remember how we speak, what we say, the words we use. Things like road rage is an example. When we're angry on the road, and the people that perhaps are not driving the way we feel they should, which is a judgment call, and there's a whole new thing or different thing on judgment calls. But when people do things on the road that aggravate us, then we sometimes say words that are not very positive, encouraging, flattering, loving, and all of those things that aren't go out into the environment, as well as all of the things, the very positive and loving things that we could say. So a recognition perhaps that whoever is in one of the other vehicles that's annoying us may be having a bad day. Their mother may be in the hospital. Their child may be misbehaving. They might have been fired from their job, and they're just not exactly where they would like to be in life and are a bit distracted. And so wishing them love and encouragement, perhaps instead of putting out, "Oh, you damn fool, what are you doing on the road? You should be off the road if you're not driving, if you can't drive right." It's like, let us send love and light to that person. Let us send love and light and energy to the vehicle that they're traveling with and to help to create a boundary, an energetic boundary around them, so that they keep the boundary will keep them safe and also keep other people on the road safe as well. So words are very powerful, emotions are very powerful. And as you go about your day to day, think about that. Think about what's coming out of your mouth. Think twice about what you're about to say, especially if it's unkind or hurtful. So if I haven't said yet, and I might have, this is probably my 5th attempt at getting this video up and ready and running, and just even sitting to speak my wisdom and the words that are coming up has been very challenging. Shoot. I lost my train of thought. That happens sometimes. But it's all good. It's all good. I don't care. I'm just beyond caring. I've been distracted by something else for just a moment, and it's all good. But we're sitting here outside in nature, listening to the birds and loving it. Last night, for probably the 100th time, I felt I was being led to start to fulfill my purpose. And I have been understanding for quite a while that I am a wisdom keeper, an elder in the community, and that my words perhaps may help to ease, impact, enlighten someone's day in a good way. I'm being encouraged and coddled and nudged by the divine hand and by my guiding angels to do this. And it's not easy. It is not easy. Public speaking is not my forte. And I think maybe I wanted to share that with you just because I want you to know I'm actually a human being that has the same fears as most other people. So I hope what I've just offered here is been a bit of a nugget, how you see your day as you're traveling, how you see your day as you encounter other people. And it is an environment that we live in today that fosters a lot of energies that are not beneficial to us and not beneficial to the people around us, the people that we love, the people that in this community, in our communities. And I'm sure that there are a lot of you that know this, and for those people that are waking up and finding this video, you may be opening your eyes to how we live today. And what's happening on the planet, what's happening with humanity. And I think at the end of the day, at the end of this, what my message here, the most message here is that we have to pull together, smarten up, get on the same page with the divine hand, the divine blueprint with God and his message, with Jesus and his message. And I am not a Bible thumper, but I will tell you this, that after many years of researching and watching and observing what's been happening on this planet, and even in my little corner of the world, and the things that are coming through in the news, which I do not listen to anymore. The mainstream news, are you kidding? Whoa, programming, propaganda. And when I stopped watching that information coming in and letting it feed my brain in a way that was not sitting well with me, I started to realize that there was more going on the planet and my community than we actually can see sometimes. Because as we sit here, right now, all as I see is the edge of the property line and, the hills and the trees beyond and the neighbor's house and the birds that are out here. And yet there's a force that is greater than what I see. It's not God's energy. It's not God force. It's not the I am force. It's an opposing energy that is creating chaos and disrupting what we knew as our way of life. So be aware of that. Start to watch for things around you that aren't making sense, aren't feeling good, and try to create or find a place that you can acknowledge that's happening, what's happening, and why is that happening. It's a huge puzzle that I've spent many years putting pieces together, and it's not finished yet. But finally, I've put enough pieces together to understand that in the same way that all of the little pieces of the puzzle that are coming together, that are creating chaotic energies and forces that are creating upset and upheaval in our lives, and that is absolutely filtering through to every one of us now, even our children, and you see that in the schools. And if you're watching and paying attention, you're seeing that on, children's programs on TV. So our nuclear families, people used to play with their kids. They'd help them with their homework. They were mindful of how they fed their children and how they nurtured them and, what activities they engaged in together. And that is gone by the wayside. And that it bears questioning. It bears looking at how that fits in your life. What are you doing with your children? What are you doing with your family? Your immediate family? What are you doing with your parents, your brothers, your sisters? How are you creating a positive, coherent community? Maybe you don't know what that means exactly, and that bears looking at and considering as well. So I've gone from this being like a lovely day to something a little bit deeper, but worthy of acknowledging, understanding, looking at, feeling out, seeking a balance within. And folks, there's more to come. I am just being coddled along. Well, not so much anymore. I'm really being pushed now to do this. And I don't know what the next one's going to look like. The next time I do a video, and it could be 10 minutes from now because I'm feeling quite inspired by something that is worthy of sharing. And it could be 2 days from now, and it could be a week. One of the things that I think is really important for us to recognize and to figure out how we manage it, and that is fear. It is fear that has kept me from doing this for such a long time. I don't particularly want to be seen on social media. My writings are seen, and today my voice is being heard. I did get engaged in with Toastmasters a number of years ago, so I could try to overcome my fear of public speaking. And I have no choice now. It is I am at the point where my road, my life is going in one of two directions, and I've actually retired fully from on Monday, which today is Wednesday, right smack in the middle of the busiest time of my work. I've had to retire from it because I've also been doing tax consulting work for over 30 years. And I just called my customers and I said, I have to retire and I've got to do it now. And some of them have dropped their papers off to me, their T4s and so on. And I've had to guide them, and I've guided them to another person who does tax accounting, and made a referral so that they're not left in such a lurch. Um, so that's freeing me up to do some other things that I'm feeling led to do, and this is one of them. And some of it is also I'm feeling creating Orgonite, um, and to help to create more balance and stability within our personal environments and also within our community environments. And so I'm looking forward to that as more of a hobby than work, although it may turn into that. I may very well at some point or another put my work up, my Orgonite up for sale, and if I get any good at it. But it may not look as aesthetically pleasing as I'd like it to be, and that's going to be tough because I am a perfectionist. I want everything to look just right, want it to be right. But that's okay. As long as the Orgonite is functional, I'll be happy. So I digress. I digress. I wish you a very heartfelt, joyful day full of love and peace and understanding and wisdom. And I'm definitely going to be back. I have no choice. And it's all okay. I just need to get over my fear of getting up and speaking to the general public, to anybody who's hearing me, to sharing my wisdom that I've never really felt was wisdom. Nothing more than life experiences that everybody else probably has as well. But I'm understanding now that it's not. It's not. My wisdom is apparently wow. Sorry, I was distracted for a moment. I'm not sure if I see dust in the air or smoke, so I think I need to address that. Okay, people, I hope you have a wonderful day. Many heartfelt blessings to you and your families, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.